This episode of Unbox Therapy is brought to you by Netflix.
What's up guys, Lou here, and welcome to what is normally the in-review show, but I'm going to use it as an opportunity to do a full-on, opinionated, casual-style review on the latest generation MacBook Pro. This, of course, was recently unboxed on the channel. There you can see it's razor blade thin, incredibly thin and light. And if you haven't seen the unboxing yet, you might want to check it out if you're into beautiful visuals on brand new technology. I'll put a link in the description as well as up in the annotations of this video so you can go and check that out. But this video here is going to serve as a review video and an opinion-driven review. There are a lot of reviews on YouTube and elsewhere that are going to list the specs, show you benchmarks, do comparisons from a technical, mathematical standpoint, and I didn't want to replicate those because those are already very well done. Instead, I want to use this review as an opportunity to offer up my opinion because I get a lot of questions. People say, should I get the MacBook Air? Should I get the MacBook Pro? What's the difference between the new one and the old one? So on and so forth. So I want to break it down in regular language for you guys. For those of you that don't know, I've been a MacBook Pro user. Here's the old one. Looks chubby now. I've been a MacBook Pro user for a long, long time. This is the 2011 model that I've been attached to recently. This does all my work. It's powerful. I did some special things to it, like swap out the optical drive for an SSD while maintaining the storage associated with the regular standard hard drive. So I customized it in a sense. I put 16 gigs of RAM in there. So I did some things to it aftermarket. And that brings me to my first criticism of the new system. While it is thinner, lighter, more powerful, better with a better screen, all that beautiful stuff, it is not user serviceable in any manner. Yes, there are screws on the bottom. You could open it up if you really wanted to, but you're going to void your warranty right away. And on top of that, there's not much you can do once you're in there. You can't go ahead and put in an aftermarket SSD, at least not easily. There will eventually probably be aftermarket stuff that is compatible, but it's going to cost you a fortune. You're not going to be able to put a standard 2.5-inch form factor SSD upgrade in there. The RAM is soldered on now, so you're stuck with what you order. And that means, generally speaking, a bigger investment up front because you're going to want to spec it out to make sure that you're not going to want to do or need to do upgrades in the future. Now, a positive thing here is that they all ship with SSDs. That's what allows them to be so thin and light. So you're going to get performance out of the gate, and you're not going to be sitting there saying, oh, I have to go and put a aftermarket SSD in there like I did on my stock model 2011 MacBook Pro. So that's a good thing. But, you know, by the time you put, like, say, a larger size SSD in here and you max out the RAM, you're talking at a major, major investment. And that is probably my single biggest criticism of this particular machine. So go with me here for a second. I know it probably seems strange because I paid just as much for the old generation. I think a lot is happening in computers, especially since you have so many users nowadays transitioning to mobile devices for a number of their different computing tasks. So a $2,200 computer a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago might have been more justifiable than it is today. I think Apple has a responsibility, along with the improvements that they make to their systems, to also drop the prices to make them more accessible to more people. $2,200 today, for me, it just feels strange to pay for a laptop. It feels like too much, and it's such a popular topic of discussion in the comment section of so many videos of these particular laptops. Yes, they are beautiful, arguably the nicest, best constructed laptops on the market for, you know, people who do what I do, but for $2,200, it just, I don't know why it seems like so much. Like I said before, I paid that for the older generation, but as we move along and we continue to advance in the way that we interact with computers and smartphones, etc., I'm really believing like these things need to become more accessible. Yes, you've got a MacBook Air at a more affordable price point, starting around $1,100-$1,200. So that's an accessible way to sort of jump into a Mac, and I think it's a really good value. And if you watched my MacBook Air review on the latest generation, it got better and it got a lower price point. So that's sort of what I was looking for in this model. They should have dropped the old form factor completely and just made this model here cheaper. Now, everybody knows Apple's margins are significant. They rarely run loss leaders in terms of hardware. They bake in a fairly significant margin. Now, I understand that the Retina technology, which is damn beautiful, by the way, and I'm sure you guys watched my unboxing video and probably really appreciated it. It's a damn beautiful screen, an almost impossible form factor. This is really a beautiful piece of engineering, but I maintain my opinion on this particular system. Obviously, there are going to be people out there that spend their whole day on their computers, and for them, it might be easy to justify that kind of investment. But for the rest of us who sort of compute on a number of different devices, doing something over here, a little something over there, so on and so forth, it's pretty hard to recommend a $2,200 investment in a single piece of kit by today's standards. Like I said, people are computing in a different manner than they ever have before, and that needs to be considered. Now, obviously, these are flying off the shelves. People don't care. People are addicted to Apple products, and there are so many of us that make a living using these products that it's tough to not be compelled to go out and drop another $2,200 on something that earns you your living. That's how we all justify it. But I think we as creative professionals need to start demanding more. And by that I mean nothing frilly like, like a Retina display and an inch thinner and things like that. That's all fine and dandy. Like, I'm happy about it and it is beautiful and all the rest of it, but we need real stuff like a lower price point. That to me is far more significant and would make a far bigger statement than some of these particular improvements. And I know Apple doesn't want to do it because they want to keep you prepared to spend that $2,000 every time a new model comes out, because as I said before, they bake in that significant margin. They want to keep you prepared for it. They don't want us, pro users, so to speak, to get used to getting a new model for $1,500 or $1,000 for that matter. But if the PC market has had any bearing on how things are, it's you don't stay at the top forever by not iterating, by keeping the same form factor, the same price points, the same methodology, and things are going to get more competitive. In fact, they already are. So many people are getting by computing on mobile devices, and trust me, I know. I look at the YouTube statistics, for example, and almost half the views now are coming from mobile devices. So people are spending time on very cheap devices that do basic things and don't do half the stuff that this one does. And as a result, this should be cheaper and more competitive if people are going to keep buying these things. That's my opinion. Take it or leave it. I know I went on and I ranted a little bit. I love the machine. Don't get me wrong. It's the quickest thing I've had on my desk in a long, long time. It exports videos in 4 freaking minutes. All the rest of it, you name it, it's a beauty. I don't think it's worth $2,200. That's my take. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you roll out on a message from the sponsors right here. If you're a lover of this particular machine, please don't go dropping hate down in the comment section. As I said before with the preamble, it's my opinion, and I still love it, but it's not right for everyone. So anyways, roll out with the sponsors. Catch you guys on the next video. Thanks as always for watching. Later.
To those of you that haven't tried out Netflix yet, I want to give you a quick breakdown of the service. Netflix allows you to stream TV shows and movies straight into your home, which saves you time, money, and of course hassle. As a Netflix Unlimited member, you can instantly watch TV episodes and movies streaming directly to your PC, Mac, or right to your TV with your Xbox 360, PS3, or Nintendo Wii console. Watch as many movies as you want anytime you want, plus you can cancel anytime. For a limited time only, get a free 30-day trial membership. Just go to netflix.com/therapy and sign up now. Please do not forget the /therapy portion of the URL to let them know we sent you and also to help support the show. I'll drop a link down in the description if that is easier for you, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Later.